afternoon, South Africa. Welcome to Afternoon Express. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm your host, Bonnie Mbuli. Now, behind every great campaign or show, there is often a team of people working tirelessly to bring us the best entertainment. And today, we're putting the spotlight on creative director and brand architect Zak Venter, who has over 12 years of experience in marketing and fashion. He's the creative brains behind some of the biggest brands in the country. Plus, we chat to talented award-winning actress Nokuthula Mabika, who's known for her role as Thobile in SABC 1's soapie Uzalo. Remember, you can join in on the conversation, and we love it when you do. And tell us your favorite fashion hack by tweeting us at Afternoon Chat, by using the hashtag Afternoon Express. Pop over to our Facebook page and leave us a comment.
Welcome to Afternoon Express. On this Thursday, my name is Palesa, and as I always say, ladies, it's quarter to the weekend. I'm in the kitchen with Chef Michaela and Chef Lucia. Mthiyane, ladies, what do you have up your sleeve this Thursday?
So today we're going to be making a Baker's Choice Assorted hidden surprise cake and a Woolworths frozen trifle.
That sounds delicious. I'm wondering, what are you going to be putting in that cake?
That's a surprise.
Oh, that's a surprise for later. Okay, and fresh Chef Lucia?
We are making a Waldorf Salad. We are going to be using the creamy Nola mayonnaise in it. I'll show you a trick.
You and this Nola mayonnaise, you've got so many tips and tricks. I'm learning so much from Chef Lucia, so I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Now, one of our favorite soap characters on Uzalo definitely has to be Thobile, a young, ambitious and courageous woman who is always trying to better her life. But the most importantly, we are drawn to the woman playing this charismatic role. Her name is Nokuthula Mabika, and we can't help but be drawn to this budding actress.
Kodwa ngicela ukuthi ungisize ngokulandelayo. Ngicela imali yamaphepha kuphela. Ngeke ngikwazi lokhu ngibala nohlweza ngijwayele leyo nto leyo. Nangu sisi, uhambe uyomcheck endlini bese uyangisiza ungisayinela yini. Ngenze sure ukuthi ngiyacacisa lapho indawo ebalekile ukuthi irent ikhokhwa nini kanjani.
Bese ikhona kodwa isidingo salento ngapha phela mina nawe sabangani sine understanding.
Hayi GC, ngikutshelile ukuthi angisebenzi indaba yabangani nebusiness. Sinjena nje sila sikhona ngenxa yaleyo nto leyo. Angihlangani.
Nkosi yami, cha shame you are so dramatic mngani. Asikho nje isidingo saleyo nto mngani. Bengiqala nqa ngizohlezi ngikhokha ngesikhathi rent yakho.
Kuyokusiza lokho gel ngoba bengazi kwaseqaleni ukuthi nje akaze kwaba umbono omuhle ukuthi urentisa umngani wakho.
Hayi. Kodwa ngathi kholo sekhohliwe ke bayithi ukuthi ngabani lapha yana. Ngaphela lapha ngokwazi kwamini ikamnumzane Sweli masterpiece.
Wena umuqala semva kwami uyambona mhlawumbe la umnumzane emaphumulo. Nama ngicabanga kanjalo.
Oh my goodness, what a hilarious moment. But Uzalo is so lit. Everything I see on it is like one episode is one big fire, basically. Welcome to the loft. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Do you know, watching you, one feels like you've been doing this for years. Yeah. And I mean, on some level you have, because you've studied drama, right? Tell us about your years studying, and where did you see yourself as an actress?
Funny enough, growing up, I always thought I was going to become a singer. And I think I remember when I was around grade 8, my father sat me down. He was like, okay, so this is really what you want to do? And I said, yes. And he said to me, you know, I also wanted to be a singer, but looking at the industry and how a lot of people are struggling, I think you should consider something else, maybe make a second option, look around whatever that is within music. And at that moment, I was like, oh, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do. My father was like, why don't you look at drama, you know? And from then on...
I love that he didn't go too far.
Yeah.
He still stayed in entertainment.
Yes. So from then on, I started, you know, I remember when I finished matric, when I was applying for varsity, that's what I did. And it turned out drama is like my first love.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So obviously your character is so loved and adored. And a lot of people just love your character because she's so ambitious and she's such a go-getter. What's it like playing her?
It's beautiful, man. I think there's a lot in common between me and her. When I started playing Thobile, I think we were around the same age. She's from Durban, I'm from Durban. And at that time, I was also trying to, you know, find myself, you know, search for my dreams. And I think her heart also was very common to who I am. And I think it's been amazing, and it was easy also because she's from Guamashu, and I've always been from Durban. Like, I grew up in Durban, so there's nothing that I don't know about a Kasi girl. So it was kind of like easy for me to portray that character. Yeah.
Well, and being from Durban means that you could still sing and slay, right?
Yeah.
So that's probably still at the back of your mind.
It is. I think also growing up, you realize that you're not as good as you think you are. Because I used to do like a lot of covers when I was young. When we had functions, I would be that girl. I would be singing and whatnot. So I thought I was good. And I realized as I grew up, I'm not that good. I still have to polish my talent, and I still have to decide if I want to go to the music side of things. I think I need to be ready. I need to find myself, because I think what makes you who you are and what makes you successful is just like finding what you want to give to your audience. Yeah. And also, what sustains you is maintaining what you put out there. So whatever I decide to put out now must be something that I know I'm going to be able to maintain for years and years to come.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think that's
very wise.
It's something that I'm going to do, but I think that's just why maybe things are delaying at the moment.
And then probably not delaying. This is your journey, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Another, you speak very highly of your father, and after doing some research, I understand why. But I think it would be so beautiful for people who love you and love your work to know why your father's so special to you.
I was raised by a single parent. Yeah, he's just that guy that's always been there. I mean, I can't even remember why. I don't know actually why him and my mom never worked out. Because I'm the first. I'm his firstborn. He got me when he was 19. And I always told myself, obviously now that I'm older, things don't work out between two people. And he's always been that guy that was always there for me.
Always showed up, always
and I
stuck around.
never, obviously you would I always, wondered how it would be like to grow up with my mother. For years and years, we didn't know where my mother was. And every time I was like, but Baba, I want to know where she is. And I remember the one time he said to me, I think my greatest fear is that what if we look for your mother and when we find her, she doesn't want to be found? And how will I then have to how would I deal with that? Wow. And from that day, I understood. And fortunately, years later, we found my mother, and I love her to bits.
And she did want to be found.
Well, I understand, how I left her side. She explained to me, and I completely understand.
Right.
She was young and she needed to go back to school, and she was still under her mom had just gotten through a divorce, and she had just come back home. So it was just too much in the family, and they needed to send us off to my father's side. And I think
it's a blessing that you were also at an age where you could actually understand the story. I read something so interesting or funny about how you finally bought your first car. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Because you were always getting harassed by Uber drivers.
Yeah.
Uber drivers are a breed of their own.
Yeah. Yeah. For the longest time, I was that Uber girl for the longest time. And yeah, you'd find that some people would WhatsApp you later. I remember the one time, because what I do, if someone calls me or someone texts me, and you can tell if someone doesn't know you. So what I do is I save their number and I say stalker 1, stalker 2, stalker 3. The one time I'm requesting, so when I dial the number, it says stalker 3. I'm like, okay.
You're like, oh.
So when it gets to me, I'm like, wow, so you've called me before? He's like, no, what do you mean? It's your number is saved on my phone as stalker 3. So you must have been, you must have called me. And he said, no,
awkward.
Sissy, I would never do that. So those were just the challenges I would go through every day. Yeah. I've changed my number like 3 times already since I started being on Uzalo.
Wow, I'm gonna steal that stalker idea. But congratulations again. We love your work. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you so much, sweetie.
This is such a special moment for me because if you followed my journey on Presenter Search, you would know that my interview with Nokuthula was the challenge that secured my spot in the top 10. So I think I can call her my lucky charm. Now, after the break, we prepare an easy-to-make Waldorf salad with the fabulous chef Lucia Mthiyane. Plus, we take a look at the world of cosmetic surgery with Dr Anushka Reddy and rapper Nadia Nakai. Remember to engage with us on social media platforms by telling us your favorite fashion hack. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page. See you after the break.
Our guests on Afternoon Express fly domestically with Mango. Enjoy outstanding service, online check-in and seat selection. With the widest booking and payment options, Mango is the only airline globally to accept store charge cards as a means of payment. Fly in comfort with ergonomically efficient seats for more legroom aboard a fleet of new generation Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Join the guests of Afternoon Express and fly Mango.
Add a Nola twist.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're in the kitchen looking cute and stuff in our afros. Summer days means more time outside in the sun and less time slaying in the kitchen. So we're all about those quick, easy and healthy summer salads that can be tossed together in a second. Today, Nola celebrity chef Lucia Mthiyane is showing us how to add a creamy spin to the classic Waldorf salad. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Good to see you.
Yeah, lovely to have you in the kitchen with me. The last time we were together, we made a steak in the kitchen and I copied your recipe a couple of times and it's always a hit.
You owe me.
So I know that, yeah. So I know this is going to be a hit. What are we doing?
Okay, we're making a Waldorf salad, originally from New York, but I've brought it back to South Africa. The reason why I love it is because the ingredients are easily accessible, and the creamy Nola mayonnaise is going to make it even more tangy, creamier. Oh,
it's going to give it vavavoom.
Easy.
I know when you go like this, it's
it's the one. Yeah. So now, here we've got 2 types of apples. You don't have to use 2 types, you can just use 1. Dice it nicely. It is so easy to make.
Okay, so you've got the red ones and the Granny Smith. Okay.
And we've got nuts. You know, some people are allergic to nuts, so you don't have to add nuts, but I love nuts. I love the crunch. We've got the raisins.
Okay.
And you know,
Nola!
we've got Nola.
Speaking of which, the keyword for this recipe is Nola. SMS that keyword to 33650 to get the list of ingredients and the recipe sent to your mobile device.
It's creamy, it's versatile, it's well balanced.
Okay, so you add the Nola mayonnaise, depending on how creamy you want it, and that's your...
and you add some water just to loosen it a bit, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because you don't want it to be too thick.
Right.
You just want that creamy taste. And it's so easy to make.
Anything that has water in it, I know is healthy though.
Yeah, absolutely.
The more water you can take it in your food, the better. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then what you do...
A little bit of sugar?
A bit of sugar, yes. And then you just add it. It's so quick to make.
Just pour it over your...
Pour it over your lettuce.
Iceberg lettuce?
Yes.
Do you prefer to use iceberg lettuce usually?
Well, you know what? It's accessible. It's easy to find.
This is
in
butter
the shops.
lettuce. This is butter, no?
It is-
Anyway,
it's
I thought
butter,
I knew
yeah.
it's butter lettuce, yeah.
Look how lovely it looks.
It does.
And it
does
tastes
look
great.
Amazing.
It's nice and tangy and crunchy and creamy.
Yummy.
So it's just created a stir here.
Yummy.
It's lovely to have it with, can have it with chicken kebabs. You can have it with chops. You can have it with fish. It's versatile. Totally versatile.
I love it. It's a beautiful summer salad and so quick and easy, as we said. For a link to the Waldorf Salad recipe, SMS the keyword NOLA to 33650 and we'll throw in the recipe for the chicken skewers too. Plus, every time you SMS NOLA to 33650, you're also entered into the grand prize draw to win a state-of-the-art stainless steel InstaView LG fridge worth 35,000 Rand. It's very slick. There will only be one winner, so make sure you get those SMSs in. The more you enter, the better your chances of winning. For another look at this recipe, here's a quick recap.
Looking absolutely yummy there, Bon. Luckily, I came hungry. Now, this Transformation Thursday, we take a look at the world of cosmetic surgery with Dr Anushka Reddy as she is visited by the legendary South African rapper Nadia Nakai.
Aesthetic physician Dr. Reddy met with rapper Nadia Nakai to advise her on her skincare routine that will best suit her needs as a public figure who's frequently in front of the camera.
I am very excited to be hosting Nadia Nakai today at my practice. She's a young, upcoming, vibrant rapper, and she has so much to offer the music industry in South Africa. So I'm very curious to see what skin conditions she could possibly have for me to help her with.
I am here at MediScalp today to see Dr. Reddy because I feel like I've been having a bit of skin rash, like a little bit of like a irritation on my skin, on my cheeks and my chin, a little bit on my forehead. I think she'll be able to help me be more like cognizant of how to look after my skin going forward. Like sometimes I literally just go to sleep and I put a towel on my pillow and I sleep and I deal with it in the morning. Or I take my makeup off with wet wipes. So I'm not sure how good that is for my skin because I feel like I've got like dry skin. So the results I'm hoping for is definitely clearer skin. Also just advice on what I can do to make sure that my skin stays healthy and stays clear. But I feel very confident that she'll be able to help me get the results that I want. Hi, Dr. Reddy.
How are you, Nadia?
So good to see you.
Good, same here. Take a seat.
Thank you.
So Nadia, what can I do for you today?
I'm not looking after my skin at the best ability of myself. I don't think I'm knowledgeable on what actually is going on with my skin and how I can actually look after it, and also what procedures I can do to maximize my skin healthiness and glow.
I mean, you've got beautiful skin overall, but there's one or two things that we have spoken about, congestion being one of them, and let's suggest a treatment regime that's going to address this big concern of yours, and with minimal downtime, obviously, because I do know you have a busy schedule.
There's a big campaign that I'm working on that's a nationwide kind of thing, so I need to shoot the collateral for like the in-stores, the billboards, the digital campaign and stuff like that. So there's a lot of photo shoots that are happening at the end of this year for preparing for stuff like next year that I need my skin to look really great.
We all good, Nadia?
Yes,
Right,
great.
let's
I'm
go.
excited.
Come. The effects of heavy makeup on the skin can be detrimental, especially if it's not removed properly. Using wet wipes is definitely not an effective way to remove makeup. Makeup is made up of many ingredients and can easily clog pores and can result in a congested, unhealthy looking skin that can appear quite dull as well. we actually did the Vizia scan on her to ensure that we personalized her skincare. And I must tell you, I was very surprised when I saw the quality of her skin. It was pretty good despite using heavy makeup on a daily basis.
Awesome.
Take a seat right here.
Okay, thanks.
So as we can see, Nadia, there's definitely congestion along the cheeks. We can see it along the jawline and some on the chin as well. So you're ready to be measured? This is called a phi caliper. This measures beauty. This was actually devised by Leonardo da Vinci. So the idea with this caliper is 1 millimeter or 2 to actually get your ideal face.
The phi caliper is used to measure proportions in the face, ensuring that people look their natural best. Different parts of the face are measured, which include lips and cheeks.
The products we used today were from both the SkinCeuticals range as well as the Intraceuticals range. What I love about SkinCeuticals is that we can actually control the depth of the peel. So we can actually control the concentration of the acid so that we can shorten the duration of the downtime. We followed that up with the Intraceuticals Oxygen Facial. I know that Nadia is scheduled to have a photo shoot in the next few days. So the Oxygen Facial will actually brighten her skin and give her that luminous, radiant skin that she wants, which is ideal for a photo shoot. I think she's going to be very happy with the outcome of the peels as well as the skincare that we gave her to use at home.
I'm also in need of a little transformation this Thursday, so if you're as intrigued by this treatment as we are and are interested in finding out more about cosmetic procedures, then be sure to head to medisculpt.co.za and follow Dr Anushka Reddy on social media.
We're going to take a short break, and afterwards we chat to Candice Lawrence, the talented powerhouse of modern gesture, about her collaboration with Winner Homes team Contrast Control. Plus, we make a delicious baker's choice assorted hidden center cake with expert baker and cook Michaela Tsuen. Touch base with us on social media and tell us your favorite fashion hack by tweeting us on Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express. We'll be right back.
Your daily dose of goodness. Now also available in long life.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, with the help of some of South Africa's biggest celebrities who've joined the Goodness Crew to help spread the goodness, 20,000 pairs of school shoes will be given away in January 2019 as courtesy of Clover Crush.
They're also asking you to share the goodness with your loved ones by nominating a deserving school in your province to receive school shoes in 2019. Those nominations are in for this week, and the school with the highest number of nominations, once again, can we get a drum roll? But I don't think we need it, is...
Gauteng!
Gauteng. Well done, Gauteng.
first with the back-to-school goodies. Now, there's still time for you to help spread the goodness and nominate a deserving school in your province. Buy your favorite crush juice, enter with the details on the pack, and nominate a deserving school that could potentially receive the gift of shoes in January 2019. You could also stand a chance to win part of over 1 million rand in prizes. So join in and spread a little #crush goodness.
Clover Crush, 100% pure fruit juice packed with vitamins and no added sugar. Crush your daily dose of goodness, now available in long life. Crush is spreading goodness by giving away 20,000 pairs of school shoes. See pack for details and stand a chance to win 1 million rand in prizes for you and a friend. Nominate a school to receive school shoes.
Made with love by Clover.
The competition in South Africa's premier design and decor reality show, Winner Home, is heating up as the design duos are in the middle of one of the most important rooms in a home, the master bedroom. Candice Lawrence from Modern Gesture Designs is in studio to tell us more about her collaboration with one of the design duo teams for this challenge. Candice, welcome to the loft. Lovely to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
I browsed your designs. They are spectacular.
Thank you.
So you basically design lights for the home that are inspired by an African aesthetic.
Yes.
How did that idea come about?
I was experimenting with some offcuts of wood, and I started making these beads, and I made this beaded lampshade, and I started looking closely at the actual structural element of it, and I also looked at some other influential factors like African jewelry, and just looking at the beadwork of it and layering of it. And I came up with this design of just rings being woven, and created this lampshade that's inspired by African jewelry.
Yeah. It's so spectacular. And also what I love about it is it doesn't just bring to mind African jewelry, but it also speaks of the ancient heritage of Africa. Somehow, somewhere I see a pyramid, so much, it evokes so much.
Yes, my first range was quite colorful. And then I started looking at some other cultures in Upper Africa where they started using shells for jewelry. So looking at more neutral colors to inspire the next range of woven lampshades.
Wow.
Yeah.
So one of the design duos have elicited your help, and they've asked you to design a lamp for their home, or a light fixture for their home. How did you feel when they approached you? And what has been the process between the two of you?
Okay, so I was very surprised when they gave me the call, but I was also excited about the opportunity to design with the team. And when I got the brief and the color scheme of contrast controls, what they were going to do for the main bedroom, I found that they had quite a lot of challenges because, they had to design this space in such a short time. So it was a challenge for me to come up with something, and we just discussed what they really wanted, the colors that they were going for. They saw one of my light pieces, and we took that, and basically we enlarged it to a meter size piece that was going to be featured on the wall, and taking elements from my African woven lampshade and applying that into the actual custom piece. And so with that, I started looking at different ways of weaving as well, and looking at other materials to weave with. And then we took one of my standing lampshades and we inverted it and created a pendant lampshade to complement the space as well, and to go with the colors. So yeah,
it's spectacular. How long does it typically take you to complete one? I mean, obviously it depends on the size.
Yeah,
right?
It does depend on the size. Some of my bigger pieces can easily take 3 days just to complete, or some of the smaller pieces is just a couple of hours. But yeah, it's a lot of handwork. A lot of patience.
And you make all of them yourself?
Yes, I do. I work from home at this point, yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, we're very inspired. Thank you so much, and good luck.
Thank you so much.
So catch all the action from Winner Home Season 5 tonight at 7:30 on SABC 3. Don't forget to enter the competition where you stand a chance of winning amazing weekly prizes, as well as the grand prize of a fully decorated luxury home valued at over 3 million rand. To enter, all you need to do is visit privateproperty.co.za or Winner Home and vote for your favorite design duo.
This coming Thursday on Winner Home,
It's part 2 of the Master Bedroom Challenge. Follow all the drama in the final moments as the design duos complete one of the most important spaces in the apartment. Will they master the master bedroom, or will they get caught napping at the deadline?
Oh, my word.
I know, right?
Only the judges can decide their fate. Catch it all on Winner Home Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. on SABC 3, with a repeat on Saturdays at 3 p.m. The stage is yours. Winner Home, proudly brought to you by Capitec and Private Property, with Samsung products designed for your connected lifestyle. Grand Prize Luxury Penthouse Apartment by Bowen Properties.
Sometimes you just need cake. And Michaela Tsuen is making one that's literally packed full of all your favorites. It's a mouth-watering Baker's Choice Assorted hidden center cake. And it's sure to be a crowd pleaser. Michaela, you had me at Baker's Choice Assorted. These are a Christmas favorite in my household.
They're everyone's all year round favorites. They
100%.
have everything you want. Which one's your favorite?
My favorite, oh, this is a tough choice, but I love the jams.
These ones?
Yeah, what are they called?
I'm not quite... Jam-filled?
Jam-filled, yeah. The jam-filled ones are my favorite. What are yours?
Eat s'mores and nutty crusts. Delicious.
I used to love nutty crust, and I used to sprinkle it over if I had ice cream at home.
Yes.
Sprinkle it over my ice cream, so, you know, just to add that extra crunch to the ice cream.
So today we've already made the chocolate cake, but it's basically quite an easy recipe. You just throw all your dry ingredients together, all your wet ingredients.
Okay.
And then what we've done is we've carved out a hole in the center once it's been baked, and you fill it with all your favorite choice assorted biscuits.
Nice.
Such a good surprise for most people.
I feel like every single flavor biscuit is iconic in households. Everyone has their little story to tell. Growing up, I used to love the strawberry waffle. Wafer, because pink was my favorite color. So growing up, I was just so attracted to it and drawn to it.
So what we're going to do next is we filled our cake. You take another plate, you put it on the other side, and we're going to flip it over.
Just like that?
Exactly.
Okay, that's easy.
And now we have our hidden surprise. And then we're going to take some delicious chocolate icing that we've already made.
Okay.
And you're just going to scoop some up and start covering your cake.
Perfect.
I'm just going to do it very roughly today.
For all our viewers at home, if you would like the recipe to this the link to this recipe, SMS the keyword bakers to 33650, and this SMS and recipe will be sent to your device once I can get over all the tongue twistedness happening in my mouth. Okay, I like that. So you have to basically spread the icing evenly around the cake.
Exactly. So when you have a little bit more time, you can do this as pedantically as you'd like.
Yeah, for all of the perfectionists.
Yes, me, namely.
Really, I'm just kind of, it tastes the same when it's in your stomach and in your mouth, so it's okay.
Pretty much, yes. Okay, so let's hide the ugly side. And then you can top it off with your favorite biscuits that are left over. So we have your favorites, which are the jam ones. And you put those on.
Make it pretty. Another beautiful point, I know I'm just like spitting out amazing points because I absolutely love Baker's Choice Assorted, is that it comes in different sizes. So it doesn't matter the size of your family, whether it's a 2 kg, whether it's 1 kg, 200 grams, you sort it with your family.
Exactly.
Everyone will get a treat.
So our one over there was a Halloween-themed one. This one right here is just the rough version of it.
You are very creative. That looks amazing.
It does look delicious.
Yum. Okay, absolutely delicious. So if you want this chocolate bomb, if you want this, hit your head to this delicious mouth-watering Baker's Choice Assorted hidden center cake, all you need to do is SMS the keyword bakers to 33650 and you'll receive the link and recipe. SMSs cost R1.50. No free SMSs apply. Visit afternoonexpress.co.za.
Wow, that cookie monster looks delicious. And if anyone doesn't keep an eye on it, I'm going to be taking it home. What I absolutely love about Baker's Choice Assorted is that it's basically synonymous with the festive season. Every family knows that at Christmas, you must have a box of Baker's Choice Assorted. Now, after the break, we chat to Zak Venter, who's a brand architect, and he chats to us a little about fashion hacks and what men must have in their wardrobes this coming summer. And we asked you at the top of the show, if you have any fashion hacks for us for the upcoming summer, tweet us at Afternoon Chat or pop over to our Facebook page and leave us a comment. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express on this Thursday afternoon. Now, if you thought truffles were only for Christmas, well, think again. Today, we prepare a delicious frozen truffle featuring one of Woolies' most famous foodie items, the notorious tin roof ice cream. Tin roof used to be my favorite growing up, no lie. I just couldn't find anything that tasted like it, and Woolies definitely had my sweet tooth in mind, because I don't really have much of a sweet tooth.
So, Woolies tin roof ice cream is my absolute favorite.
You too.
I could probably eat like a whole tub of it on my own. Don't tell anyone that.
It stays between you and I, don't worry. Don't worry, you chilled.
Okay, so we're going to use this jar and we're going to layer it with our Swiss rolls, which are also from Woolies. Delicious.
Delicious,
Put them at the
absolutely.
bottom.
Okay.
Usually about 3.
So is this dessert just about the layers, I guess?
Yes. And then we have our all-time favorite, the tin roof ice cream.
Yum! My
so
favorite
good.
part.
So Woolies is having a special at the moment.
Okay.
You can buy 2 tubs of tin roof ice cream for 100 Rand. Like, how ridiculous is that?
They want all of us to be digging in on some tin roof this weekend,
know,
and I'm
right?
definitely going to be one of them. Guilty as charged.
Okay, and then you just use your ice cream scoop.
Okay, let me hold it for
That's
you.
quite a
tough scoop, but
pretty much. Yes.
This is your gym for the afternoon.
Sorry.
It's okay, it all tastes the same when it's in your mouth. There we go.
Exactly.
Love
Use
it, okay.
those muscles to scoop your ice cream in.
Okay, so you being the perfectionist that you are, you try get each scoop to be the perfectly round.
Pretty much, yes. And then we're going to layer it with some more of Woolies brownies, which are also delicious. How can you not love them? Chuck a few of those in. And then one of my other favorites, the chocolate-coated popping candy.
Okay.
I'm going to throw some of those in. Delicious. And then we have our chocolate whipped cream. It's basically like chocolate mousse in a tin.
I was going to say, I've never heard of chocolate whipped cream.
Exactly right. Woolies and their designs.
They've got so many good ideas in the kitchen. That's why I feel like I want to spend all my money at Woolies every single month.
And
I hear
everything is so fresh.
Everything is always very fresh at Woolies. So I see that we've got the second layer of Swiss roll going on.
Yes. So we're just going to keep layering it, each layer the same.
So we keep building it basically to the top.
Yes. And then you take some more of your ice cream.
Okay. Oh, I was too soon closing and I should have known better, huh?
And when you see those nuts and the chocolate in this ice cream, you just get that happy feeling in your stomach.
Leamingtons, I hear, are also, when I passed Woolies, I saw that Wellingtons are also on special. You buy 3.
And get 30 Rand
30 Rand off, yeah. So they definitely, you know, it's month end for me. I'm always trying to get as much bang for my buck as possible. So for dessert, I think Woolies has me sorted, yeah.
And the festive season's coming up and you need to start prepping for things.
This is perfect. I think I'm going to have a party. A dinner party.
Yes.
And then I can just call you to make my dessert.
Exactly.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
And then we top it off.
3rd layer going.
There we go.
So that's pretty simple. I feel like I can even do this with my baby brother in the kitchen, have a bonding moment. He can definitely do all the work and I'll just supervise.
Exactly. Might get a little bit messy though with kids.
But the messier the better. If you want the keyword to this ingredient is EAT to 33650. SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. These look absolutely delicious. I'm just gonna dive in right now. I'm not even gonna wait.
Go for it.
Join me.
Okay.
I can't seem like a gimba by myself. Cheers, yum. Love it, Bonnie. You're definitely gonna want some of this.
I see. Party in the kitchen. We cannot deny the fact that brands are part of our everyday lives, affecting what takeaway or restaurant outlets we buy from, what clothes we wear, and what phone or laptop we use. But behind all these brands we consume, there are people behind them called brand architects who are responsible for making us buy into brands. Our guest today, Zak Venter, has over 12 years' experience in marketing and fashion and has helped engineer some of the biggest brands we have all come to love. And today we get an exclusive insight into exactly what brand architecture means. Welcome to the Loft.
Great, thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Yeah, lovely to have you with us. So brand architecture is one of those millennial creative buzzwords, so to speak, and it kind of just came up organically. But when you think about it, it actually best describes what it actually takes to build a brand. For you, what's been your experience on brand architecture? How did you get into it?
Well, I think it's essentially the science of how brands work, the blueprint for how to launch them into the market, really kind of understanding what they need to survive. Obviously, the trends are moving so quickly these days, and it's tough out there. So it's about understanding how to keep them relevant, engage with ecosystems and communities around them. And yeah, I think I kind of worked my way into that space. It's not like we went to brand architecture school.
Right.
I studied marketing and kind of found myself in the retail industry, started working with brands, started my own brand, and continually just kind of shifted on. So yeah, it's a kind of evolution. It kind of found its name from, I think, just kind of the practice of working with brands and understanding how to launch them into the market.
Yeah, I mean, I love that you describe it as an evolution, and I also feel like just the South African creative industry has also become very brand focused, or they've found a language to basically articulate what it is that it takes to build a brand, right? So what are some of the quintessential kind of the cornerstones of building a great brand that'll last?
Well, I think it's important to understand why you're doing what you're doing. I think, you know, some of the advice I give guys is always understand who you are and why you exist, and why anyone should want to engage with you. I think it kind of hinges on having a clear brand vision, an idea of where you're going. I think it's important to understand that you're not really creating a product or a service, you're creating a movement. And I think that's one of the biggest things to understand. You know, you are in a way reflecting your customers' humanity back to them, and making sure that they understand that you are not just trying to sell them something, you're trying to bring them into a tribe, an experience. And I think that's been the most valuable thing that I've learned around it. Keep taking risks, you know, you've got to keep evolving. A lot of the brands today are falling asleep behind the wheel, and obviously you find them that they're not kind of trading as well as they want to be, but it's because they're not reinventing. You've got to keep moving continually and make sure that you stay like water. You've got to be fluid the whole
Absolutely.
time. So, yeah.
I suppose one of the biggest changes as well is just the whole advertising landscape. That's obviously provided a bit of a challenge, or it's forced brands to adjust. And they like to say that no one should bring anything back from the 90s, but a lot of brands are coming back from the 90s with a big bang. What do you think it is that those brands have learnt and realized on their journey?
Well, yeah, it's an interesting thing. The 90s are huge at the moment. I think it's kind of like just a modern take on that era where, you know, I think skate culture is influencing a lot of that. A lot of the bigger brands are trying to connect to the guy on the street in that sense, and trying to make their items, a lot of the luxury brands, a little bit more accessible. And I think what they're doing is they're taking that 90s sort of skate influence where it was a lot of logo prints, and in a way people identified to specific tribes in the process. And they're taking that and they're making it accessible again. I think it's a way for us to have a uniform. It's a way for us to belong to something. And I think that these tribes and communities that develop off it, I think they've seen that people become super loyal. And they want to be proud of what they're wearing in that sense, you know. And I think, so yeah, prints definitely are the craziest, you know, at the moment.
Yeah,
and,
especially in Africa.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah.
You know?
So I find menswear just confusing altogether. And so when you tell me what men are ask me what men are wearing this summer, I have no idea. And and I'm sure many people out there would like to know. You've brought us some goods to show us and some models to model for us. Just take us through the looks and what you recommend for men this summer.
Great, cool. So first up, we've got a 90s inspired trend. It's all about skate culture. You'll see that it's an oversized knit with slightly longer sleeves. You've got a kind of straight leg corduroy with a drawstring elastic, which kind of makes it a little bit more relaxed. You've got a beautiful Converse and off-white collab with a vulcanized sole, which is actually great for skateboarding because you get that extra grip. And then the high-rolled beanie, it's a key essential. Make sure that it's not over the ears, keep them above the ears. And the staple tote bag, you can't go wrong with one of those.
And that beanie is still relevant for summer?
Yeah, you know, it's become a very non-seasonal item, actually.
Yeah.
You know, guys find it's a fashion accessory that is just part of your wardrobe now. Hot weather, cold weather, it's kind of like become the new cap in many ways.
Wow, I wish I could have one of those for bad hair days.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
What do we have?
Yeah, we got next is a kind of like old take on athleisure, resort wear in a sense. You got the very kind of wide leg, two-pleat trousers, a bit of a formal, sort of more relaxed fit. Got it tucked in on your plain, clean, basic white tee, which is always a good thing to have in your wardrobe. The kind of utility little pouch bags, you'll see them around. A lot of men are using them now with the moon bag and all that as well.
Yes. Yeah, what is this whole moon bag thing?
We need a bag to put your stuff in, you know. And the white denim jacket is a good item for.
I'm actually glad men are carrying bags because usually when I go out on a date with Bay, I have to carry his wallet,
phone,
the car keys, his phone. Yeah, so get his own bag.
The next look is a little bit more of a sartorial look, a little bit more considered, I guess. Buttoned up, very, very lightweight linen shirt. Linen is a great fabric for summer. You've got the old school granddad, or I guess dad cap, if you want to refer to that. And then also the dad jeans. I mean, I think that dad trend, the way my dad would have dressed when he was 40 is definitely a thing at the moment. And some high shine tasseled loafers. So it just gives you a little bit more of a kind of street sartorial look and feel.
Smart,
Accessories, chains, watches. It's a big
and we've got one last look.
Cool. This is it's a sort of a throwback to the 90s hip hop era. A little bit more modern take on it. So you'll see that vertical stripes is a big thing at the moment. It's kind of moving from the horizontal ones. Stacked wide leg pants. It's no longer rolled up in that sense. And you need those kind of chunky sneakers to hold them in place.
Yeah.
And then you'll see that the utility trend is massive. It's military inspired. In a sense, that's kind of taking away from the moon bag. So you've got all these pockets to put your stuff in now, so it kind of diffuses that in many ways.
Yeah.
But the key lock and chain is also a big thing. And then the bucket hat's trending definitely at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
And there's kind of smaller square glass.
Smaller rim, yeah.
So, it's kind of like out there. Obviously, you've got different ways of interpreting these trends. A lot of guys won't be as crazy as this, but check out for the vertical stripes. Have a look at your stock standard tote bags. Definitely get some looser fitting pants. It's definitely a big trend. The super skinnies are kind of on their way out, which is great in terms of breathability and luxury. But it's go for it, express yourself, have fun with it.
Well, thank you so much, Zak, for inundating our men on what to be wearing this summer. Who knew that the 90s would make a comeback? After the break, we feast on all the delicious food our chefs made, and we continue the chat with our amazing guests, so don't go away.
Create a stir this summer with Nola mayonnaise and Afternoon Express. Every Thursday, the lovely Lucia, Mthiyane and the lazy Makoti join us in the loft to create a stir and show us how to add a creamy twist to your favorite dishes. When you SMS NOLA to 33650 for the week's recipe, you're also entered into the grand prize draw to win an LG InstaView fridge worth 35,000 Rand. Winning has never tasted so good.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're back on our couch with our Nokuthula. So what have people's reactions been to your character?
Oh my gosh, it's been crazy. I think they're loving it. People are loving it. I feel like I'm shocked every time.
Are you overwhelmed?
So overwhelmed. You can't get used to it. I mean, I remember the one time Bob Duma said to me, you will never begin to imagine what is about to happen to you. And every time you meet someone that cries in front of your face because of, you know, whatever they see in you or whatever that you make, however that you make them feel, it's just, it blows me away all the time. I cry.
Noxie, I mean, every time I watch you, that's exactly what I feel. Incredible pride in the woman you've become. I mean, starting off in season 1, and you guys are in season 4 now, or 5.
We're going to season 5.
5 now on Uzalo. What's next, Kota, for Nokuthula? What can we expect?
What's next for me? What's next for me? I want to venture into the behind-the-scenes stuff. So I think I'm actually going into writing. So in a few months, you're going to see my name.
In the credits, that's exciting.
Somewhere, hopefully. But that's what I'm planning to do, because obviously the ultimate goal is to have your own production company, create your own empire, produce your own shows, do your own Afternoon Express. So I think that's my next plan right now. But the first step for now is writing.
Yeah.
It's always been my first love.
It's beautiful. Bali shared a beautiful story with me earlier on about when she was entered the presenter search competition.
Yes.
Please do tell that story. So adorable.
Nokuthula was my interview, and she came up to me straight away and she was like, "You are a star.
Yeah.
You are going to make it.
Yeah.
And please may I have a selfie for that week so that when you make it, I can say I was there."
Yes, I told her.
And then when the episode aired, you posted all of our gorgeous selfies. I just felt so connected to you throughout the journey.
And I went to the makeup room that day and I said to Stella, Stella, I don't know. I just feel like all of these people, I'm not disrespecting anyone. I said, I saw the presenter. And I don't know why I said it, but I really honestly felt like, and I said to you, you were nervous that day, and I said to you, relax, relax, relax. It happens. But there was something that I saw in her, because I've been through the journey that you've been through.
And I thank you for that, because it's that confidence you instilled in me. That has got me sitting here next to Bonnie Mbuli on Afternoon Express, returning the favor. Thank you so much.
Join us again tomorrow as we chat to veteran actor Patrick Shai. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a great night. See you same time, same place tomorrow.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Nada, feel-good production.